Are you someone who shies away from confrontation and definitely feel this uh, sense of anxiety when you have to speak in front of a large audience? Well, if that's you, don't worry, you're not alone, because finding and owning your voice is one of the most challenging things that anyone can do on their journey of growth. So how do you begin to find and own your voice, especially if you're a woman and raised in an environment where being heard and seen is not common practice? Hi, I'm Jacqueline, and welcome. We at Joyful Living Mindset are so excited that you're here because we believe that you can be wildly successful without compromising your happiness or peace of mind. And we're here to help you navigate that journey and succeed on your terms. For myself, growing up as the only girl in an Asian household, it was not common practice for me to be heard or seen. I'm usually the one always taking a back seat or hiding in the corner, watching everybody else speak. And over time, I started to believe that I didn't have a voice or that my voice didn't matter. And it's taken me literally my entire life. It's a journey that I've been on to find and own my voice. And here's what I've discovered on this journey. The reason why many of us have a challenge finding and owning our voices is because we are so scared of what other people might think of us. That if we speak up and if we don't say what the other person likes and wants to hear, or that they don't approve of what we say, then it's reflection on who we are and our sense of self-worth and value. And we're also wanting so much to please everybody and not upset the apple cart. And we don't want to create conflict, as what I referenced in my previous videos, right? But here's what I've learned on the journey of finding and owning my voice. How I started to kind of step out and break out of that shell and really understanding that, hey, I have a voice and it also deserves to be heard as well. And what's really helped me to come to terms with that and over time become more and more confident speaking up and owning my voice and finding that I have a voice worth fighting for, worth speaking up about. It all revolves around 4 practices. These 4 practices apply to any circumstances, whether you're speaking one-on-one with somebody that you know, somebody that you care about, a stranger, a colleague, or even in a public setting of a larger audience. First is that I had to know what I stood for, right? And during this journey of personal growth, one of the biggest things that I discovered that greatly helped me to find and own my voice is to know what is it that I stand for in life. Because when you know what you stand for, what you believe in, and what you're willing to fight for, it gives you the inspiration and the motivation and the confidence and the courage to speak up. Because now you're speaking up for something that you believe in and that you're fighting for and you're making a stand for in life. And it really helps for you to do that. And when you find your purpose and really understand why you're here, this is why you're here, this is why you exist, and this is what you stand for. Like when I came to terms with that and connected to my bigger why of my higher purpose for being here and what I stand for in life and what I bring to the world and humanity, that became the catalyst for me to own my voice. And that also leads into the second practice of believing that my voice matters, because I connected to my bigger why in the first practice of knowing that this is why I exist, right? And it wasn't by accident that I had to go through everything that I went through. And for me to discover these gifts and these lessons along the way, It's so that I can share that with other people and help someone else not experience that same pain or that same hardship, right? So that nobody else has to go through what I went through. So inherently, that means that my voice, not only do I stand for something, but my voice matters. And there's somebody out there waiting to hear what I have to say so that they don't have to go through what I went through. Then the third practice is to paint a picture of your intended outcome, right? Paint that intended outcome in your mind of what is it that you're wanting to get across, the message that you get across. Why do you want to get that message and share that message and speak that truth, right? And be grounded in what you stand for and know that your message and your voice matters, right? And be grounded in that why, in that bigger why, that bigger intention. And then third is to paint that outcome in your mind of how the conversation or how the talk or how the speech is going to go, and the impact, more importantly, the impact that it's going to have on the recipients. Paint that clearly in your mind. And then fourth, and here's a really important step, celebrate your courage for speaking up every single time, regardless of what the outcome is. Because what gets celebrated gets repeated. And so every time when you speak up, even when you're doubting yourself and you're shy and you're not sure if anyone's going to hear you or how they're going to take it, every time you speak up, afterwards, regardless of what the outcome is, celebrate yourself, congratulate yourself, be your own champion and cheerleader, and pat yourself on the back and say, hey, I'm so proud of you. Great job speaking up. Great job sharing your message. It may not have gone the way that we intended, but guess what? We spoke up, and we're going to continue speaking up. And the next time, as we keep speaking up, it's going to get better and better and better, because it is a practice, right? Practice will make perfect. And so every single time, celebrate yourself, celebrate your courage. Because the more you celebrate yourself, the more you make it safe to speak up, that you make it safe for you to speak up. Regardless of how the other people receives your message or responds to your message, celebrate yourself, congratulate yourself for speaking up and having that courage to speak up. And it'll just, as you make it more and more safe for you to speak up and hear yourself talk, you start to get used to your own voice, and you start to believe in your own voice, in your own message, and you start to be more grounded in what you stand for, and you start to paint a better picture of your outcome, of the outcome that you want. And the more you're able to commit and immerse yourself into these 4 practices, the more you're going to feel more comfortable speaking up. The more you're going to believe in your own message, and the more you're going to be able to speak with confidence, because you know that every time that you speak up, you're helping somebody else. You're impacting somebody else's lives for them to learn something or be aware of something or be able to not experience what you had to go through, or be able to avoid or shortcut their pain or their journey of success. Because that's the impact that we all have the ability to make if we start to believe in ourselves and start to own our voices. And case in point, that's really how I'm able to, every video I show up, every episode I show up to share my message on various different topics, because I believe in what I stand for. I truly believe that we all can be wildly successful without having to compromise our happiness or peace of mind. And I fully believe in my voice, that I have the ability to help you navigate that journey and succeed on your terms, because that's what I truly want for each and every one of you listening here. And every single time I show up to make a video, that's what I ground myself in. And whether or not I have any views, whether or not I have any likes, I celebrate myself. It's like, hey, Jacqueline, great job making another video. I'm so proud of you. And I can't wait to see what you have to share next. Like, that is my practice that I still do every single day, every single week, every single time that I have to show up and speak up. Because I know that when I do, I light up the world in some way. And I hope that this episode helps you to see the value and give you hope and remind you of the power and the beauty in your own voice, so that you can start to find and own your own voice and speak with confidence going forward. If you found this episode helpful, make sure to keep tuning in. And going forward, I'm actually going to double down and really talk about a topic that's near and dear to my heart. And this is about creating generational success. A lot of things that I've already talked about in previous episodes really centers around, deals with all the things that you can do on your journey to create generational success. But going forward, I'm really going to start to share more about why that is so important and help all of us to open ourselves up to a new way of thinking, a new way of understanding and approaching success and pursuing success, so that we can actually create something so much greater than what we've ever even imagined was possible for us. I can't wait to share with you more in future episodes. Until then, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.